Pollination. Flower. Flower is one of the most important part of the shoot system. Flowers grow from the stem of the plant and are the reproductive part of a plant. It is an essential part of the plant because it bears male and female sex organs which are helpful in further multiplication of the species of the plant. Parts of a flower. In general, a flower possesses long or short stalk through which it is attached to the stem and is called pedicel. The flowers which have pedicel are called pedicellate and the flowers without pedicel are called sessile. The branch that bears flowers is called the mother axis. The tip of the mother axis is swollen, which is called thalamus. The other parts of the flowers are arranged in 4 rolls. They are calyx, corolla, Androecuim and Gynoecium. Calyx. It is the outermost roll of the flower. It consists of few green-colored leaf-like structures called sepals. They provide protection to the flower in bud condition. Corolla. It is the second roll of the flower. It consists of colored and attractive structures called petals. The main function of the petals is to attract insects for pollination. Androecuim. It is the third roll of the flower. It is the male reproductive part of the flower and each unit of the androecuim is called stamen. A stamen consists of anther and filament. Anther is the fertile part which bears yellow powdery particles called pollen grains. Gynoecium. It is the innermost roll of the flower. It is the female reproductive part of the flower and consists of one or several units called carpels or pistils. The basin swollen part is called ovary, which bears one or few round structures called ovules. The upper part of the ovary joins with a short tube-like structure called style. The uppermost part of the style is called stigma. When all the 4 above-mentioned rolls are present, the flower is called complete flower. Example, mustard, China rose. When any of the roll is absent, the flower is called incomplete flower. Example, castor. Monosexual and bisexual flowers. On the basis of presence of sex organs, the flower may be monosexual or bisexual. Monosexual flowers have either male or female reproductive parts. For example, white mulberry and papaya. Bisexual flowers have both male and female reproductive parts. Bisexual flowers are also called hermaphrodite. For example, mustard and hibiscus. Pollination. Pollen grains are produced in the anther of the stamen and ovules are formed in the ovary of the gynoecium. Pollen grains represent the male sex cells, gametes, and ovules as the female sex cells. The pollination is the process of pollen transfer from anther to stigma of the same flower or another flower. Types of pollination. There are 2 types of pollination. 1. Self-pollination. 2. Cross-pollination. Self-pollination. Self-pollination occurs when pollen grains produced from the anther reach the stigma of the same flower or another flower of the same plant. Here, pollens are shed directly onto stigma. Self-pollination occurs in perfect flowers. It can be seen in orchids, peas, sunflowers, wheat, barley, etc. Cross-pollination. Cross-pollination is the transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of a flower of a different plant of the same species. Insects and wind are the main agents of cross-pollination. It can be seen in apples, grapes, plums, pears, raspberries, etc. Know this: daisies can become serious weed if not controlled, as they thrive in very rough conditions and are resistant to many bugs and pesticides.